Hi there. Recording with my new camera again. We'll see how it goes. Well, I have a little document called Ideas, just a little text document that whenever anything touches my heart or I find a special video, I drop a note or a link or something into it. And I've just looked down through it and nothing speaks to me that's there right now. And the way I've got this set up, it's a little awkward to read from a written journal. So, I guess it's a live one. So here goes. Watch and observe is so awesomely powerful. There's so much to be seen. The divine connection gets tighter and tighter, almost like, screwing it in tighter and tighter. As we watch, we see that we're being communicated with. Now, my major interest is always in self, in higher self. That's all that's real. Everything else is transitory, including this body and mind and the whole thing. So that comes first to me. And that's what watch and observe is about. And to a very great extent, that's where it arises. What's watching? I mean, it's there's not a word. Consciousness. I mean, there's not a word. But anyway, one of the things that's not healthy with this body is the liver. And medical science has no idea why it's that way. But it's pretty severe. The next step is cirrhosis. And it mystifies the doctors because I've never been overweight and I've never been a drinker. And those are normally the things that do this with the liver. As I look to inner teachings, a lot of them from Asia, we find that the liver is the repository of anger. And so that's instructive. Just to know that, just to watch it, just to be aware of it, not do anything about it. And I've been doing that ever since I learned, that the liver is a store place of anger. Now, it's also a place of gratitude and I mean, everything has its negative and positive. But in looking for what might make for an unhealthy liver, of course I would look to the negative to see what's there. And so all of my passive watching wasn't moving along fast enough for me. It brought me gentle hints and understandings, awarenesses. I'm looking at the manifestation of a whole heck of a lot of unexpressed anger. And so it's instructive just to know that. But I wanted more. I see no reason whatsoever that we shall not be able to convert our bodies into whatever form and format we desire, including simple health. I mean, the body is a self-healing mechanism. So mostly what we need to do is get out of the way. Now, again, these are my understandings about life, my beliefs, if you will. And so I said, show me, talking to Source, to my inner man, if you will, inner being, show me, help me see. And that's been a week or two ago. And had I not been watching and aware, I might not have noticed the connection in the way some things have transpired. I'm not one to express anger in this life. It's interesting. My parents made a pact, probably before they had kids, that they wouldn't argue or disagree in front of the children, that they would always do that in private. And so I never got to see any kind of conflict resolution. I could see the conflict, I could feel it. For whatever reason, I learned to be afraid of anger. It was chaotic, and so I would always try to smooth things over. You know how we do. The pleaser, trying to please others, and so balance. We're all seeking balance. Well, in order to seek the balance, what comes up is that which is out of balance, to be looked at, felt through, dealt with, processed. And so I have, I seem to have a storehouse of this anger that is expressing at a target, one being the Pleiadians and the other being the Greys. And any of those performing these against our will abductions and various cruelties where they do things that, a simple pain relief would be nice. But they don't offer that. They just do their procedures, whatever they are, physical procedures. And it makes me angry. It really does. So where am I going here? This is a crazy thing to upload. What do we do with our anger? Maybe this is just for me. That's fine. There really is no I and no them. So, how have I projected onto these other beings my own internal unhealthiness? I like the way Adya, in one of his interviews, tells about how he was during one of his awakenings, was taken into, he didn't call it the void, it sounded like that, just this infinite blackness. And then after that, he found himself in kind of a picture gallery. And as he looked, he saw that each picture was a lifetime. And he saw, as he was watching, kind of like the movie of that Lifetime play, apparently it was often a particular scene that was transpiring, and he was able to see from his awakened, if you will, state, what was out of whack, what that one in the movie needed in order to understand what was happening. It might be a death scene or something, and the person was terrified. And he said he just went up and whispered to that one, "You're dying." And as soon as that one got it, it released. And everything was fine. And he felt both in that one that he whispered to, the release, but he also felt it in his own being there, the observing one. And so he went through any number of lifetimes, resolving the major issue that presented itself from each one. Now, wouldn't it be nice if it could all be so clear for us? Well, it can be. Let's not think that it can't. As we continue to watch, we are being tutored. And it helps to know this. I mean, it's going on, whether we know it or not. But if we really want to make it practical, if we really want to accelerate it, be in your now. That's the place of it. That's everything. In your now is also in your heart, in your internal being, and it's not a focus or a concentration so much. I mean, you might use that initially to train yourself, but at some point you just fall back into it, and it's just a being, not a doing, as focusing is, or concentration. It's a letting go to go into it. And so you have the Tai Chi, the in and the out, the balance, the grasping and the letting go, and what you have is the fulcrum. As we find the fulcrum, the point of balance, it's so beautiful. And so just like Adya was going through, and for him at that time it was various lifetimes, these were the things that remained to be resolved, and so he was rather quickly and easily resolving them that way. As we do this in our day-to-day life, as we observe the self and see what is it that's missing there, what piece of understanding, what piece of the puzzle could we bring to bear. And so I've been watching this anger thing and realizing how inappropriate it is. And on the one hand, first of all, these beings don't exist. Nothing is real here. That's one level of inappropriateness. Another level is that we're all the one. I am whatever it is I'm perceiving. So I am the Pleiadians, I am the Greys, I am the Reptilians, I am the whatever, we can all say that. There's only the one. And we perceive from various perspectives. You could call each body a perspective on that which is. Now, in a way, the creation is that which is not, because it has only a transitory reality. And we are that which is. But anyway, not to play word games, I don't mean to do that. So, watching for the anger. Okay, so as I look, while it's not real, what I find really important is that it is real just as much as it's not real. And so where's the fulcrum point? Where's the balance here? And sometimes we have to do the teeter-totter first on one side and then the other as we're seeking out the point of balance. So we have to go into it. We have to go into the feeling and sit with it and let it be and let it express whatever it is. And what's expressing in the outer world is a code. Everything represents something or another. I've heard it said that nothing in life has any meaning. It's we who assign meaning to things. And I'm getting to where I can see that. The meaning is not inherent in the thing being seen. The thing being seen is a projection. And so it's the observation issue, the observation problem. You cannot separate the observer from that which is observed. And there's something really mystical that we all have access to, and it's this seeing. I like to say seeing is doing. In one of the most recent videos of his, Dimitri Halley says the same thing another way. He says observation is creation. And so we're learning of the power of being. The mind sees all inactivity as powerlessness. If it's not doing, it's not exerting power. It's not demonstrating power. Well, the being has quite a different view of things, and its power is enormous, truly awesome and amazing, and its power is accessed through being, just being, with no doing attached. Well, we can also see that as seeing. vision. The power of vision is immense. And our vision is being educated, guided, inspired to the extent that we're present in our moment, in our sacred moment, which is right now. So, I'm going to get a little mental here and say, chances are, the anger that arises, I can find an origin, a meaning for it in actions and activities of the life. It's not really in the actions and activity of previous lives or even this life. It's not there because those things are meaningless. Where it is in the mind. It's in my thoughts. It's in the meaning I assigned to things. We make assumptions and we act on them as if they are reality, and this is called thought. This is what the mind does. And so to untangle it a lot of times is just to observe. I hope this has been helpful. Blessings and light to you. Blessings and light are you, by your very being. Your radiance. When you get in touch with your now, you become the conduit through which the radiance of what I'm calling your higher self or source flows. It's there always, right in the point at the center of the cross. Good day.